Hi Taurus, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This Taurus is your intuitive reading for the time between the 14th and the 20th of March. I've already shuffled and meditated. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera and then we shall get started. Quite an important reading for you, quite an important week it seems intuitively for you. This is your oncoming energy. This is what's coming towards you this week, and it's actually something, a situation that's related to the past. There you go. It's actually a situation that's related to the past. This is the underlying energy, and this is the soulmate card, the Two of Cups. Now, you know Mercury is retrograde. I'll just show you the astrology. Followers on Instagram, Key Wisdom Tarot, Facebook, you will have seen these. You can obviously go and see these. They're already available. And Mercury's retrograde. Mercury went retrograde in Pisces on the 5th. So we've got revisits sometimes potentially of past situations, past lovers, etc. At the base of your reading is the Two of Cups. It's looking like intuitively, as I said, I haven't looked at the card yet, but this is what I'm getting for you intuitively. It's looking like there may be for some Tauruses a want to return to a previous commitment, revisit a situation, for example. But this energy underlying is the energy of love, of commitment, and of having strong feelings and joy when you are with a specific person or when you're performing a specific task, doing a specific job. Okay, so that's the underlying energy for this. It's linked to the past, so these are looking like past energies. We'll start here. So we've got the Nine of Pentacles. This is the card related to your energy, actually. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn as well. It's number 9. Nines are all related to Virgo, all related to the Hermit energy, which is about going within, understanding what we feel, what we need to change, what we want, etc., where we are. In this instance, with it being Pentacle energy, this is energy of appreciation for the stability that you've manifested. So at one point you were feeling like this, or this could be another person, somebody else, but this is saying that at one point this is how you were feeling. You know, you've been feeling, and this could be last week, last month, last year, whatever. There's a sense of security, feeling secure, feeling happy, feeling content with the things that you've built in your life, with it being Pentacles energy. Or was that an illusion? Interesting that I say that. I get a sense that maybe that's something that you were projecting. Either you were projecting that about yourself, Taurus, or somebody else was projecting that, the other person in this Two of Cups situation, for example, or the boss, for example, of the new company that you want to work for, or whatever. So it's as if there was this air of confidence and of security being projected, but actually there was a huge amount of vulnerability. So even if either you or somebody else appeared to be very strong, very confident, very together, everything in its place, but there was actually something that you were afraid of. There was actually something that either you or them were afraid of showing, afraid of seeing. So it was as if like, oh, I'm really strong, I'm really powerful, I'm really confident, I'm really rich, I'm really whatever, I'm really clever. But within, you were really vulnerable, or they were. okay? Apply it as you go. It's Pisces season right now, up until the 20th, when the sun enters Aries. But currently it's Pisces season, so it's a very, I call it emotionally intimate time. We're in a very emotionally intimate time right now. And it's the type of things you can experience are going to be very idiosyncratic. They're going to be very specific to you. They're going to be very specific to your own insecurities, your memory, your perception, your perspective, your identity. And there's going to be something that you realise, that you start to realise as needs to come up to the surface, something that you've held on to that you didn't realise. And that happens during Mercury retrograde, and that's why Mercury retrograde is such an important time, because you might not have realised that you were being confident on the outside but really feeling very vulnerable on the inside, and that actually that's an impediment for you. That's something that holds you back. You may not have realised that until now, or this might be something you're beginning to realise, or you've begun to realise in March. Okay, last card, we've got the Hanged Man. So this is an energy of excuse me this is an energy of trying to see something from a different perspective. If it's a love relationship that you want to revisit, seeing that from a different perspective. But it's also seeing yourself from this different perspective. As I said, I get a sense that there's either you or somebody else apply it. Either it's like there was an air of confidence, like, yeah, I'm all together, I'm great, I'm secure, I'm where I need to be in life. But there was a real crippling vulnerability that you felt and that you masked, or they did. And now, or coming up to this week, you realise that, that during Pisces season you've started to understand and realise that I'm hiding this vulnerability. Now, the Hanged Man is the energy of it's the energy of being in that space where you can understand, where you can come into these realizations. And the Hanged Man is an opportunity where we have the space and time to see a situation from a different point of view, from a different perspective. And it might mean that you're isolated, it might mean that you're ill, like I've been coughing. I'm not really ill. I'm ill, but I'm not ill. I'm ill as in, like, because of the moon and because of the energy. So this comes up for me as well. So it brings up physically things as well. So you might feel ill, you might feel run down, tired, just not very sociable. But that's actually, you may have felt like that in March so far, but that actually gives you an opportunity to actually start to see the situation more clearly, start to see your behaviour, your actions. This is what's coming towards you. This is what you can expect this week. So let's have a look what you can expect this week. We've got the star. So again, it's like with the star and the moon, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen the post that I wrote about the moon card and Pisces season. And I say in that post, I describe the energy, what you can expect to experience under this influence. And I say to you that energetically, there's a huge similarity between Temperance, the star, the moon, and the High Priestess. Energetically, they feel very similar. And that's because they're all cards of healing. And that's because the type of healing that we go through with the star, with the moon, is we are connected to how can I say this without it sounding very confusing? We are connected to the truth of all things with the star card. We're connected to the truth of all things with the Temperance, and we're connected to the truth of all things with the moon. And when I say the truth of all things, the knowing, the wisdom, the inner understanding, the awareness. Sometimes you might be angry at somebody, you've fallen out, you've not spoken to this person, if it's a person, whatever. And you're outwardly saying to your friends, oh my God, yeah, I can't stand him, oh my God, what an absolute idiot, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. You're saying all that stuff out loud. You're saying it and you believe it in your head. You're like, yeah, man, he's an idiot or she's an idiot, blah, blah, blah. But within you, that was a mistake. Or why am I still drawn to this person? Or I keep imagining different scenarios, or my heart, all those things that you feel within, that's being connected to the star, that's being connected to the moon, that energy, the collective consciousness, past life energy, the portal, which I speak about in the door that's open during the moon, June Pisces season. So coming towards you seems to be this energy of the star. So this is number 17. And it's so interesting to have this energy because it is about healing and healing a cycle. So you're going back, but it's like there's peace. You come to feel at peace with your feelings, your actions, their actions, their behaviour, what they said. There seems to be a peace. There seems to be a sort of an understanding within you, Taurus, that it was necessary, that whatever transpired, however it transpired, it was necessary. It was cathartic, it was healing, because ultimately, whether you got called out, whether everyone now knows that you're a liar or whatever, I don't know. But within, you know that it was, you like, in a way, you're like, thank God I got caught. Thank God I finally told them. Thank God everyone knows, or whatever it is for you inside. This is that type of energy. So this is what's coming towards you. So the star is about destiny, and you know, now we move on to the Queen, the Six of Swords. So we've got the Six of Swords here. So this is about number 6 on the Tree of Life is beauty. And beauty, I always say, is about the appreciation of something. It's about looking at something and saying, oh, that's pretty, or, you know, that's useful, you're nice, whatever. And with the Swords energy, it's about the things that we've gone through, the things that we thought, the things that we've tried to, the plans that we've tried to make, the conversations that we've had. It's as if now you realise that all those things were necessary. All those negative thoughts that you potentially had, the conversations, the lies even, the arguments even. It's as if now you're recognising, with the number 6, the beauty of those experiences. That's what's healing and cathartic about these energies. So it seems, Taurus, like in the past there was a situation, potentially a love situation, but it could have been a work situation, but you apply it. 2 of Cups. 2s are about commitments, partnerships, so it could have been a business partnership or any type of partnership, I suppose. But 2s are about commitments and partnerships. They're about the things that we want the most in life, and whether that's a person, a thing, whatever. So this is something to do with that. And there was a way that you were sort of fronting, as you say. I was fronting, you know. I was like, I was being all confident. I was like, yeah, I'm all good. I'm in a great place. But really, you were so vulnerable within. You might have told lies. You might have, or they might have applied it. You might have told lies. You might have had conversations, done whatever. It was hard, it was difficult, it was challenging. But now, come this week, there's an appreciation for, well, actually, I'm glad that situation's happened. I'm glad that I've apologised. I'm glad that they've apologised, or whatever. You know, I'm glad that we now made friends. I'm glad that it's all over now and we can move on. You know, this is that energy with the 6 of Swords. So let's have a look at these 2 cards here now. It was funny because one of them just wanted to jump out at the end. So we'll see the outcome. So we've got Queen of Swords. No surprise, I slipped on the Queen already. I've already said Queen. And we've got the King of Swords here beneath your underlying energy. So, you know, Queens are about our feminine energy. So that's about our innate or inner wisdom. I could talk to you all day about masculine and feminine, and, you know, why we say the things that we say about masculine and feminine. But I will do that on an extra little video. I say this all the time, but I've got so many readings to do this week. But anyway, so it's about our inner understanding, and it's about our awareness, and it's about coming into awareness. It's about knowing, understanding what it is we've learned, what it is we know, what it is we know, what it is we understand, what it is we think, what it is we want to say. It's understanding those things. And obviously linked here to this Hanged Man energy, it might have been it might have taken you some time to get to this point, Taurus, where you know what you need to say, where you know what you now think, where you understand why things were hidden in the past, whatever they may have been, whether it was you or them, whatever, etc. This is the energy of coming into that understanding and that clarity and that awareness. And that's something that brings about brings about change. It brings about challenge. You know, this type of energy with the five of wands, it's like fives are about change, and the energy of the number five, I really feel it comes from within. It's like when you've got the four of wands, you've got the marriage card, yeah? So the four of wands is like everything that you want in your life, the fulfilling job, the fulfilling relationships, with family, with friends, you know, enough money, a happy sex life, whatever, you know, kids, whatever. You've got the things that you say that you've always wanted. So, you know, I've always wanted to be a doctor. Well, you do the training, the qualifications, you become your doctor, you're doing this job, you've got the wife or the husband, the kids, whatever. You've got the house, and you're doing all that for of wands. But are you really happy? That's the five of wands. The five of wands is something comes in to sort of challenge, to say, well, is this actually really what you want now? So this could have been, they could have lied, you could have lied, in the past. There's definitely a revisit going back. Mercury is retrograde, so that's obvious. That might happen for people anyway. But yeah, it's like in this energy here, it's like you want to. The time has now come to speak up. The time has now come to say I love you, or to say I'm sorry, or to say I want this business, or to say I want this child, or whatever it is for you as an individual. And that time arising is in itself the challenge. That time arising is in itself the creates the conflict within you, which changes your actions on the outside, which means that you might speak differently or approach people differently or whatever. So ultimately what it's looking like for you, Taurus, is that there might be a revisit. You may be going back to someone, having a conversation with someone from the past, or revisiting something that you are committed to, that you love, that you want to bring to this world into fruition. And, you know, in the past you weren't really, even though you appeared, you or they appeared ready, appeared willing and able to have this commitment or whatever it was that you wanted, there was something that you weren't, there was an acute vulnerability that you felt. There was acute fear in actually acting on this energy. You were saying to everyone, yeah, look at me, I'm strong, I'm powerful, I'm great, I'm confident. I hope you like my accent. And you were saying that, but you were inside, you were like, oh my gosh, please, like, no one see I'm fecking freaking out. No one can see how scared I am. No one can see how weak I am. No one can see how poor I am, or whatever your individual situation is. And you know, it's kind of like you've come into the realization that that is what you were doing. That's what Pisces season's about, really. And that's what Mercury retrograde season's about. It's about coming into these realizations. And as I said, they're so idiosyncratic. It can be so particular from one person to the next person. The realizations that we come into during Pisces season, during the moon season. So whatever that is for you, you've come into that realization, and you realize that you realize this week it was necessary to hide in order for me to see that I was hiding, in order for me to come into the realization that I was hiding. And that's healing. And it does bring about change, because you strengthened. Once you know your mind, once you know your soul, once you know what you're feeling, you are strengthened. So that can mean making changes. It can mean going up to someone and saying something. It can mean moving job, moving career, whatever. Because you finally are aware, this is who I am and this is what I'm going to say. And that's what really the beauty of Pisces season. And then Mercury retrograde, Mercury goes direct on the 26th. So we can expect from then, on the 28th, sorry, not the 26th. And so we can expect from then to real action. But you can act really on the things that you want to act on this week. But I think it's really this week. But I really think it's about your understanding of the significance almost of this the lies almost that you told yourself, the lies that you told yourself, the way that you're pretending to be strong. You know, I live in West Yorkshire. I live in Leeds. I'm from Lancashire, but I live in Leeds, and it's very sad, but it's very true. The thing that kills the most people, the most young men, in this area, is suicide. And it's very sad. You know, mental illness is something that kills a lot of people, of young men in the areas that we live. And this is because I don't know what the reason is. Yeah, I'm not a man, and I don't know all the reasons, but you can infer that there's a culture of, oh, we've got to be strong. We've got to, I'm all strong. I'm all confident. Like I don't need no help. This is that type of energy of showing the world that you are one thing, but actually being acutely the opposite within. So it's almost like the more you're saying, I'm rich, look at all my money, the more debt you're in, or the more you're saying, like I've got all these qualifications, I've got all this experience, the more the less clue you have, if that makes sense. So whatever it is for you as an individual. And as I said, with the moon card, it is so idiosyncratic. It's so specific and precise to you, to occasions and experiences that you have had as an individual. So you need to really embrace this week as a time of coming into awareness. And coming into alignment with yourself, and if you are if you are somebody who is struggling with mental health, for example, this specific example I gave, then this would be someone saying, I'm going to the doctors. This would be someone saying, why do I pretend? It's that some person actually going, why have I been pretending that I'm all right, that I'm over that, and I'm not. I need to this is you coming into that realization, and this is you going, I need to go to the doctor, or I need to speak to somebody, or I need to, and this is you speaking to somebody. This is what it brings about. This is you having that conversation, because it's hard to go through those changes, but this is exactly what you should be experiencing right now, because that's why Mercury is retrograde, and that's why it is Pisces season, because this is the opportunity for us to uncover these things, to see these things, for these things to be revealed to us, and for us to finally, hopefully, move on and get the help, the clarity that we need, and the help that we need for those people. Okay, so good luck. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you all again next week. Don't forget, if you like the video, please give it a like. You can subscribe, click the bell for notifications, leave your comments. I always read every single comment and respond to most of them. Feel free to share the content on your social media, and don't forget to follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram and Facebook for extra information about specific cards, specific meditations, etc. Okay, the astrology for March is below, so you can get a full breakdown of all the dates, etc. And don't forget, the love readings for March are still available to view on my channel. Okay, thank you very much, Taurus, for being here. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you all again next week. Take care, my darlings. Bye.